last topic, man. I want to talk about we were talking about the Warriors. So I want to talk about like the bottom of the West. Well, like as great as the Warriors been playing, they 14-1 with Jimmy Butler in the lineup. These niggas they're basically tied with the Minnesota Timberwolves. Minnesota Timberwolves have won 8 in a row. With Anthony Edwards has been on fire since they've gotten Julius Randle back. Rudy Gobert, White Dante's back in the lineup. They've been fully healthy and they've been playing some big ball, some good ball as well. No matter who sits wherever, whether 6 or 7, I think that both of these teams are gonna be actually in the playoffs. Now we talked about at the beginning of the year when the cat trade happened. I said I think this is the worst version of last year's team. Maybe last year everything just clicked for them and they took advantage of a lot of teams not expecting anything from them. But this year, I think they're playing as well as they can play with the construction of the roster. But as much as great as Golden State's playing, they're right there. Do you think anything, Pav, is there anything that you're expecting from the Wolves? Is there a little mini run they can make here? And do you think they can surpass Golden State and actually hold on and get that 6th seed?
I think it's possible. I mean, obviously, Golden State is a older team. Now granted, like you said, they got guys back and they got guys healthy, but all it takes is one injury, like Steph sprained an ankle, they lose a few games. Or they may not lose a few games. It may help Jimmy get to be a little bit more comfortable. But I don't think Minnesota has a bad basketball team, right? I know we say what we want to say about Julius Randle, but it's still 20-10, bro. Now, granted, I do think that in the playoffs, when you got to play somebody 7 times in 2 weeks, he can kind of be schemed out of things. And you see how the Knicks look without him. Like, they obviously are a better basketball team without him. But I still think Randle brings something to that squad. Rudy Gobert is probably having his worst season in a minute so far. But I know he was out with a back injury. Now he's finally back. Hopefully he can be back and be healthy and, change things the way that he changes things in the paint. But even in the bottom of the Western Conference, Sacramento would be looking better if Sabonis was there playing, right? So I don't even think it's a given that the Clippers or the Timberwolves or whoever. Now Dallas, obviously, that shit done went to hell. Like, we not even talking about them. But in a play-in situation, a 1-game situation, you got DeMar, you got Zach, you got Sabonis, you may be able to win a game or two. Like, you may be able to win a game. So, and you got the Clippers there as well, right? Which, if Kawhi can stay on the court and still be healthy, Norman Powell is out, but if Kawhi can stay on the court and still be healthy and Norman Powell can come back, I do think the bottom in the play-in will be very, very intriguing. And I don't think that Minnesota has to make the playoffs. I think that you could see a thing where they lose in the play-in.
Look, man, we've been saying if Kawhi since Trump's first term.
You're not wrong.
I've let go of that. As a nigga that's watched DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine on my team, it's not something I'd be worried about. I just want to say they can make competitive. They gonna lose, but they can make
in a 1-game situation, bro. I don't know.
They're 0-3 in those situations that I've seen them playing.
They didn't have Sabonis.
I'm not a Sabonis guy like niggas. I don't.
I mean, I feel you.
He's Vooch with better PR. That's who Sabonis is.
He's better.
He's Vooch with better PR.
He's better.
That's who Sabonis is.
If Sabonis is your best player, you probably aren't going too far.
Ain't no problem. You're not.
You're not going too far.
He's just now. And also I'm not a Julius guy. That's to me. I get why the cat trade was happening, and I still think that as good as Cat is, we see still things that you'll see. Okay, Cat does some cat shit, but I think Minnesota can be dangerous because they've been to the Western Conference Finals. And ain't scared of nobody. Now that helps them sometimes it don't. But I think that right now, if they can stay healthy, they got a chance to ruin some parties, in my personal opinion. Bang, what you think about the T-Wolves? Not just falling away and letting the Warriors run away with this thing.
Man, I don't think none of them. It's bad. Nah, man. Them teams that those teams that be hella decent and shit, and you see like potential in them, but then like they fall off, and next thing you know, folks get traded. You know, like the Sacramento Kings
Yeah.
when they was hitting that goddamn beam, and niggas was
That
like,
was
"Yo,
only
we
2
might
years
have
ago.
something." Exactly my point. There's more teams like that than it teams with staying power. Minnesota, I guess you could count Minnesota in that shit too. I mean, not Minnesota, excuse me. Yeah, Minnesota. You can count Memphis in that too. How they was just one of those teams to where, like, man, they got potential, they got this, they got that, blah, blah, blah. But then as years go by and it don't turn over, next thing you know, folks get traded. That's what I think about this. That's what I think about this team. And and just don't strike me as somebody that's gonna stick around for that. So this team will be
Well,
broken up, just like KG and Steph have been broken up.
I said that a couple weeks ago. I do feel like he's gonna be the next star to ask for a trade. 100%. I can 100% see that happening, man. Pat, man, thank you for joining us. Let them know where they can follow you. Let them know where they get your music and anything else you got coming up.
As always, man, y'all can follow me on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it, at Pavy World. There's Instagram too as well. Go check out my website, pavverse.com. Bunch of new music up there for y'all, and you can stream my records anywhere you like to stream music. So make sure y'all go check that out.
Y'all getting to it, Pat. Follow him, man. Pat, we'll holler at you, brother.
My man.
So cool. Triple double hat trick, I know the code too. Ice trade, go for trade, yeah we cold too. Getting paper on these player haters, old news. Money on the other line, so I'm not gonna hold you. Money on the other line, so I'm not gonna hold you. Money on the other line, so I'm not gonna hold you. Money on the other line.